Yeah, you looking for me, you can find me at the barbershop. Pulling up to get a cut, bumping through the parking lot. I keep it clean, Rico's where I'm running to. If you in the city, then you probably gonna be coming to. King getting down, Red's getting down, Nick getting down, Ron getting down, just to name a few. Everybody blade on point. You trying to get fresh, I'm telling you this the joint. Hands down, top shop up in this vicinity. Promises age 9, Lauryn been getting me. Temper on the side, I'm trying to grow out the way.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the K.O.S. Barber Club podcast, where we discuss the collection of wisdom on the science of everything in life. And we do so by interviewing our guests and seeing how they created a self-concept and where they obtained self-awareness to gather knowledge of self and become the person that they are today. With me today, I have a special guest that has been hitting me up and asking me, yo, what's the deal with the pod? I said, when the time is right, the universe never makes a mistake, and we're going to get you in here. We got him in here. This is Pro the artist, visionary, songwriter, producer that's worked with Shotty, Tev95, Lex. Who else have we worked with? A lot of people. Too much to mention right now. Welcome, Pro. How are you?
No, I appreciate it. It's crazy being on this side, actually watching the podcast and now being on. That's why I was pushing to get on here.
How do you like it?
I love it. I love the set. I love the vibe. I love the colors. I love the production behind the scenes. Yeah.
That's creative currency, man. Roger does his thing. Very professional, very clean, best of his quality. You know what I'm saying?
That's great. Everything's good, yeah.
Let's cheers to this pod episode, man. I think
Cheers,
it's going to be
bro.
a good one because I see you be working a lot, man.
Yeah. I try to keep myself busy on everything.
Yeah, I see you doing hooks, and I see you writing, I see you spit, and I even see you doing rock and roll a little bit.
That's new. That's a new experiment.
But I like that because it's different. Yeah. Like I told Shotty when he was here, I was like, man, I like what you're doing because it's always different.
Yeah.
And then like you're not really following suit. You're just gathering your thoughts, creating your self-concept, and then giving that information out, which is amazing.
Diversifying.
I
just try to be surprising to everybody because music is... There's no cap to music, so I don't want to limit myself.
Yeah, it's an art form that doesn't have any boundaries.
Yeah.
And that's one of the main things that I like about music, but specifically hip-hop.
Of course.
And then once hip-hop got to the cookie-cutter, trap era, that's when I was like, ugh. But now it seems like it's coming back.
Yeah, it's coming back around. It's coming back around. It has to.
So before we get to the now, let's talk about the past. Well, what's your first conscious thought as a kid?
Suffocation.
Suffocation?
Yeah.
We were drowning?
No. being asthmatic.
Okay.
Yeah. Since young, that's like the first memory I ever had.
Oh, so it was a fear factor thing.
Being in the ambulance from probably the ages 1 to 5.
How did you feel when you experienced that? Obviously, it's fear.
I feel like some of the reason I got anxiety comes from the first 5 years of my life. Really.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you think that comes across in your music?
Yeah. And more so of not having as much output as I think I should.
Wow.
With the second guessing and stuff like that,
Second guess yourself?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, everybody does that.
Well, it definitely, but I'm saying it always comes from something back then.
All right. So, like, you were a kid. What age was that? Around 5,
This
4?
was like before 5. I remember nightmares at 2, 3 of like trying to get out the crib and nobody looking back at me. Yeah. It was tough.
So you're one of the few that really goes way, way back.
Yeah.
So in the crib, you were like having asthma attacks?
Yeah.
You were freaking out?
And think about it so my grandma, my grandma was my caretaker. She was my guardian. She basically took us in because my mom lost custody of us when we were super young.
Wow.
So even just that, like, plus having asthma and you can't really tell somebody how to help you heal.
Okay.
My grandma didn't know what to do, so she just called the ambulance all the time. So I remember those rides since young. Wow. Yeah.
Okay, so that was something you had to deal with all through adolescence.
Yeah. I still deal with it. I mean, I had episodes maybe 5 years ago, but I've controlled it. Because a lot of it...
How'd you learn how to control it?
Slowing down.
Slowing down?
Yeah, mentally. Like, you get a wheeze.
Nice.
Other people actually make it worse. Like, yo, you okay?
And they freak
they
out.
panic, and I'm like, yo, just chill. So it's more so like getting away from people and be like, let me just drink some hot tea, chill. Yeah.
So you think that fear factor at a young age developed your mind to experience life in a different way?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are one of those ways that you think changed your vision, especially with life, you know?
Oof. It's like almost like you learn early that nobody can save you since
Oof.
super young. You know what I'm saying?
Cheers to that.
Yeah, like
Nobody can save you. You
yeah,
can save yourself.
yeah,
Knowledge yourself.
yeah, nobody can
Message.
save you.
Message. I like that. That's deep.
Yeah, no one can save you. So that's how music has been able to help me, like, kind of. I wouldn't just say it's therapeutic. It's everything. Like when people say, "Do you do music?" No, I live it. You know, and that's my outlet to be able to express that vulnerable side of stuff of life, but be positive too. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
try to be as positive as I can when it comes to stuff like that. That's why before I even got here, I called my mom and say, "I'm gonna tell my story. You know, I'm not gonna paint you as the bad person, but I'm gonna tell people what it is. You know?"
I mean, everybody has a choice, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we make the right choice. Sometimes we make the wrong choice.
Yeah.
Can't judge anybody for making wrong choices because they're wrong.
Yeah.
They were right and then decide to do something wrong. Then that's when you judge them.
Yeah.
All right. So that was in New York, right?
That was in New York. Yeah.
Yeah, but I know you don't like this hat, but I had to wear it.
No, it's fine. This is perfect, especially last night. You was talking already crazy how we lost, but it comes with competition.
Yeah, man. You know, that's like I was saying, that rivalry is something that's built up, and I'm enjoying it now. Knicks Heat. Let's go, baby. But okay, so New York. What part of New York?
The Bronx.
The Bronx.
Yeah.
What year was this? Like 90s, early 90s?
The early 90s.
Okay, so
Yeah.
hip hop was booming.
Hip hop was at its finest.
So what's the first hip hop song you remember in those times?
Killing Me Softly.
Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was singing that. So that was my introduction to hip hop.
And who's the one that played that? The grandmas?
My uncles.
Okay.
My uncles introduced me to Boot Camp and Wu-Tang and that side. And then literally when I came to Florida, I got the best of all worlds because at the end of the hallway is super hip hop, and at the other side of the hallway is my sister's playing the Mariah Carey, Backstreet Boys, the pop
So that
stuff.
explains a lot.
Takes it from the whole range of music.
So that developed your self-concept, like a little R&B, a little bit of this, and now a little bit of rock and
a
roll.
little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Oh, that's good. It's like a melting pot.
Yeah,
Okay, so you stayed in the Bronx for how long? To what age?
probably the age of 5-ish, 6. So I did most of my school I did out here.
Okay, but
Yeah.
5 and 6. So you had your traumas over there in New York.
Yeah,
Okay, and you came out here because the family relocated, or what was the deal?
yeah. The family relocated because this is like the worst time in New York to be in the Bronx. So my grandma was like, "I'm about to send everybody down south,
Okay.
Paradise," and you know her paradise was Hialeah for whatever reason.
For those that are watching, I don't know what Hialeah is. It's not paradise. I mean, it's a Cuban paradise if you think that or whatnot. It's
Yeah,
getting better now.
Well, compared to the Bronx in that time,
Correct. It was.
anything was
It was
yeah,
a step up.
yeah, definitely.
So damn, that's awesome. So from Bronx to the Hialeah.
Yeah.
And how long were you in Hialeah for?
Well, I grew up in Hialeah, so I was in elementary school in Hialeah, middle school in Hialeah. Most of my friends I met in Hialeah. So
And your culture is what? You're from where? Puerto Rican?
I'm Puerto Rican. Yeah.
Okay. Puerto Rican roots. That's Puerto Rican and Hialeah. That's crazy back in those times.
Puerto Rock, yeah.
Culture shock.
Different. Very different.
You were probably like, that flag looks like my flag.
Looks almost, yeah. Who stole what?
Ooh. I don't think they stole it. I think it was just established in a different way.
Yeah.
You know? It's like Colombia, Ecuador, and Venezuela have the same colors.
My close friends is Cuban, so I mean, I'm like 10% Cuban now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always separated blue and red. I'm like, okay, I know.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
which one's what. But it took a while for me to figure it out. Many times I saw the Puerto Rican flag. I'm like, oh, that's Cuban. And they're like, I'm not Cuban.
No,
They
it's
take
off.
offense.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, my bad, man. So, okay, Hialeah. When did you really like start grasping the developmental stage of like creating music?
I would say when I bought a karaoke machine, it was like a 2-tape karaoke machine when they were selling instrumentals
Okay.
on the CDs and the Eckards.
Okay.
Even Walgreens probably at the time was selling singles.
Okay.
They had the original version, the radio edit, and the instrumental.
And you bought it at Eckards.
That was one of them. Either Eckards, Walgreens.
Eckards was like a CVS.
Yeah. So that's why I say Walgreens, because that's the closest thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that was the beginning of recording on actual cassette tapes.
And how did you feel when you heard yourself for the first time?
It was more how people reacted to it. It was like, damn, you this young and like you nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel?
It makes me feel as good as it does now when people react to music
Yeah?
now. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because if you had that scare when you were young, the asthma scare, I'm sure you were probably always aware of it. And
Yeah.
always waiting for it.
Yeah,
And this was probably an outlet.
definitely.
So how do you think your life would be if you didn't have that outlet?
Music?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I'd be really bad. I wouldn't know what to do because art is everything to me.
So what advice would you give a kid that is maybe going through that type of trauma, man?
Find an outlet, whether it's working out or drawing or keep yourself busy. Because you stay stuck in your mind, you get lost fast.
Exactly. Because the voices.
Message.
I always tell people, yo, the voices. You gotta be able to control the voices, not only outside in the real world, but within. That's why it's knowledge itself. All right. So you developed that self concept of I'm gonna be a singer. You heard Lauryn Hill. You got the karaoke machine. You started building.
Yeah, yeah.
So when was it? Like I'm guessing middle school when you really was like, yo.
Yeah,
I'm
middle
pro.
school was always rapping first.
Okay.
It was my sister who was like, I think you should try to sing on songs. Because I
Really?
would sing to them. They would make me sing whatever song I learned and make me sing to them.
Or you remember any of the first songs you sang?
I always go back to the Killing Me Softly because I was at house parties
Yeah.
and they would be like, Jay, come
And it was
perform.
your song, so you knew
And
lyric for
I would
lyric.
flip my hat over and they would leave dollar bills in my hat. I was like,
Nice.
oh shit, it's making like
can make money.
$8.
And when you're a kid, $8 back in the early '90s, that's bread.
Yeah. So
All right.
that was the first song. That's why I always go back to it. I got a Lauryn Hill drawing on my wall just because of that.
I think she's one of the greatest,
Yeah.
if not the greatest hip hop R&B singer that I've ever heard. Just because she could do both,
Yeah, that's why.
and it seems effortless.
Yeah.
And I've seen her live several times, and she sounds just the same if she ever shows up. You know,
She's what's
sometimes
that
she
word?
doesn't show up.
She's eclectic.
Eclectic. So the karaoke machine, middle school, you started rapping.
Well,
When did you-
karaoke came before middle school. When I got to middle school, these kids were rapping on the software already on computer,
Yeah.
which was they were bringing the CDs to school,
Okay.
and I was like, that blew my mind. I was like, what? I used to just rap on cassette tapes. Now you're on the CDs, and they had their name on the CDs. They were like, well, our house is right across the street. You could come rap. So I came rap. We would just throw freestyles.
So how did they record that on the CD? Just
Yeah, it was recording
through
on
the speaker?
Adobe Audition.
Oh, so they had it
They
set
had a
up.
software, yeah, with a mic stand, or I don't even know how the mic stand was, but they was ahead of the game when I seen it.
So you think that was like a mystic divine intervention thing that occurred there?
Yeah, because none of them do music now.
So it was just a one-time thing, opportunity.
Yeah, and then one of my boys at the time, Big E, Elias, I actually still speak to him now.
Big E or Biggie?
Big E.
Okay.
He left his computer at my house because he couldn't record at his.
Okay.
So I did a whole project to the point that I think, from what I remember,
Okay.
that they got mad that I actually took advantage of that being left in my house.
Why
So-
they get mad? Because you took off the memory or something?
Well, no. I just came with new CDs like every other week, and I was trying to sell them for like $3, $2,
So you took
$5.
their hustle.
I took their hustle and I try to, make money out
Typical
of the
Puerto
hustle.
Rican, man.
But I was not gonna leave the computer in my house and not use
you
it,
took advantage
or
of the
not-
opportunity,
or just
man.
wait till they actually pulled up, because I was like, they can't make it to my house and take a bus all the time.
So how'd you make that decision to be like, you know what, I'm going to just do my thing real quick?
Well, it's here, and I'm like, I'm gonna just record every day. I'm gonna put like 20, 30 songs on a CD, and I'm gonna go to school and see what they think about it.
What'd they think about it?
They was hating.
Hating like, nah, it sucked? Or like,
Nah, hating like they felt like, damn, how you gonna do a whole thing without us being on every song? Like if we was a group,
also, they were trying to keep your talents.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm sure
at
you
least that's-
experienced that a lot.
At least that's what it felt like when I was young, especially,
Always listen to your intuition, man,
Yeah.
especially when you're young.
because giving it,
Message.
having to give it back was like destroyed me.
Yeah, because you're like, I don't get to express
I
myself.
don't get to record all the time.
All right, so how'd you feel after you gave it back?
Well, I was still writing, this is when I was heavy into the composition book. I had to find a studio.
So again, I think that's something that
Yeah,
occurs in life.
yeah,
You don't always get everything handed to you like
of course.
that. But then what you do after that, and what you did was collect yourself and be like, you know what? If I can't spit and record, I'm gonna write
Yeah,
and keep it there thoroughly until next time my opportunity.
Yeah.
Damn, how old were you at that time?
14.
Seems like you were ahead of your time, man. Because at 14, I wasn't thinking about that. Any of that stuff. At 14, I was reckless.
Well, I was reckless too.
Yeah, no, I was
Yeah.
really reckless, bro. Just Google me. But it was, when you're a kid at that time, I was growing up in the beach. The beach is nothing back then how it is now.
Yeah,
It was more of a Section 8, like low-income families.
yeah,
And then when they brought all the Cubans from Cuba and the Mariel and all them, they all stayed there because it was government housing. And also like low income, low pay, low rent. So it was kind of wild. Dude.
Yeah.
It was like a wild, wild west in those times. So in those times, mom's working 10 hours, 15 hours a day sometimes. And I'm 14, 15 years old all by myself.
Damn.
No phones, no nothing. You just go.
Isolated.
Yeah, and then my mom couldn't call the crib because she couldn't pay the phone bill. So it was like, she would be like, don't leave the house. I was like, okay. And I was out.
Damn.
I got caught a couple of times, but no worries.
Well, yeah, that juvenile.
So that's why I asked, because when I was 14, I wasn't really like gathering myself like that. I was mostly like, wow.
I mean, I appreciate the credit. At the same time, I was a little reckless too. I was getting arrested and kicked out of school. Like I didn't have the greatest teenage years. It was troubling as hell.
I mean, you're from the Bronx and you're Puerto Rican, so
Yeah. So I fit the bill.
you fit the bill.
Yeah.
All right, so middle school, you were recording. Let's get to the nitty gritty. High school. I'm sure in high school you had more of a control of your recording and music, right?
Well, I failed so much in middle school, and my high school years were short. Like,
So you finished
I
school
was
early.
I was getting arrested in middle school. I started smoking trees. Like, pops was locked up in federal prison, so I was looking for attention some way somehow, and that was by not going to school.
So you identified it as such, like grabbing attention.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. As older I get, I'm like, what was I doing? I was like, yo, somebody look at me. You know what I'm saying? And
I was just like, I don't care. I was just
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, I remember cops would be, or like teachers or principals, we're going to call your mom. I was like, yeah, good luck, man. Go find her. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, we're going to call your house. I was like, we don't got a phone. You know? Like, I was looking at them like, what? I didn't care.
yeah.
But then slowly, surely, I started identifying with feelings,
Yeah.
which are the intuitions that we all get from time to time. And then I would take that intuition and like kind of analyze it.
Yeah.
And dissect it. Like stealing. I was an amazing thief. But every time I would take something, I would feel so bad. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
little baseball cards or comic books. And then I would feel bad. And I remember when I first got some type of money that I purchased something, it was a different feeling. So I sat there with myself and was like, man, I don't want to steal anymore. You know what I'm saying?
So it wasn't that you didn't care. You just,
Because I started listening to the intuition.
yeah.
Before I was like, you know what I'm saying? But then it got so heavy because it was constant. You know, you want a candy, you got to take it. You want a book, you got to take it. Because, at 10, 11, 12 years old, you want a little juice, man. You know, all the kids are buying juices.
For real.
And you ain't got a
candy.
dime in your pocket.
You're stealing candy that's $1.
Yeah, so then now, and it'll be like, and then it got to the point where it was like, yo, Gene, go get me this, and I'll be like, okay. And I'll get it, and then I'll come out, and I'll be like, I don't feel good, though. So once I started listening to intuition, I started understanding, this ain't good, this ain't good. So then that feeling, when it would come on me again, like, damn, I feel bad, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do it anymore. I'll be like, nah, I don't want to lie. I don't want to steal. I don't want to be angry, I want to be more of a chill, mellow type of person.
Did it take somebody reacting a certain way that made you do that?
Yeah, plenty of times. Disappointments, family disappointment, like looking at you like mijo de verdad. And I'm like, what? I'm like, and she's like, you're grounded. I'm like, dude, you're never here. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now that I'm older, I realize that I was reckless because I was rebelling. I was like screaming out like you, but not to get attention. I was just like, I don't care. And things started like getting better when I started understanding myself.
Yeah.
And knowing that I'm not that kid. I'm not the kid that likes to steal. I'm not the kid that likes to fight. I'm the kid that likes to have fun, clown, laugh, be around friends that are genuine and keep it thorough. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much it, man.
I relate to that though.
I think it's the best way to be, because if you try to follow suit with like things that don't really fit, I guess, your mold or your personality or your self concept, you end up in jail, man, or dead.
Yeah.
And that's one of the main reasons I wanted to start this podcast, so people could understand knowledge yourself is a real thing. You know, self-awareness, all these things, creating a self-concept, understanding how to do that, because not that people know that. So that's why I ask you. That's why I ask you, how did you do it?
Mistakes.
You
trial,
learn from your
trial
mistakes.
and error, yeah.
You know how many
trial
people
and
learn
error.
from mistakes, and you know how many people don't learn from the mistakes? It's a
Most
lot.
people don't.
And some people don't have situations in life until they're older, to the point where that mistake is gonna tarnish their life forever.
And I always tell people, most people don't change as much as you think.
Correct. Or they act.
They really don't. Like, people don't change as much as you think. Might be little tweaks, but it's not really a change.
Exactly. It's like DMX said it one time. He was like, trust people to show you who they really are.
Yeah.
Not be like, oh, no, he was just drunk. Like, nah, that's that guy.
Yeah.
All right, so high school, you started.
High school, once, because I was barely in high school, but I was still obviously making music. I went to the studio for the first time, I think, 17 years old.
All right, take us there.
It was at the rec center. I don't even know if the studio's still around. If Danny hears this, shout out to Danny. They was like the older heads at the time that was like, no, you need to like come here way more. Because when you come record at an actual studio with what we could do to your sound, it's gonna enhance it.
Okay.
So
you had help.
Yeah, I had like people telling me like, you need to actually take this serious. But I was in the studio one time and I seen a mixer that I had bought for who knows what, or who I made buy me a mixer. And I was like, wait, well, I have that. And I started looking at studios, but I have some of these things. I want to start recording myself from home.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you obtain these things?
Well, I had to ask Mom Dukes and Pops.
And she kept getting you a mixer?
Well, it was always like I kept it. I didn't make them spend too much. You know what I'm saying? So I was telling them little by little, I want this or I want that. You know what I'm saying? Like I would go to also home studios and see what they had. And I was like, I ain't that far away from being able to get without like record myself. And that was always the goal. Once I was going to studio, I was like,
because of the laptop incident.
Yeah.
That you had it and you wanted that feeling again.
Yeah.
Nice. So
now that you say that makes even more sense now.
Yeah, because I'm analyzing everything.
Yeah, you know? Recording yourself, even yes, exactly. Recording myself so young, I was like, I need to get back to that because I could wake up and do it. I could go to sleep and do it.
That feeling. It's like a drug, man.
Like
I want that feeling again. I want to be able to record and hear myself whenever I want.
Yeah.
Nice. So that was already what, you're 16, 17, 18 years old?
Well, this is I went to the studio at 17. Then I met my boy Element, Titans ENT, when I was 19. Okay. My boy took me to the studio there, and it was a home studio, and I was like, this ain't hard to get. So I started asking him, and thank God he's my friend since then. Yo, what else I need to get for this? And would you help me set it up in my crib? Well, he was going to lose a client, but he was all in. He was like, yeah, I'll help you. And ever since that, I had that studio. I had that computer for like 14 years.
And it's still rocking?
Well, right now, the last 3 years, I got a new one, but it was rocking.
Nice.
It was rocking. Yeah.
Damn, how many like records or how many projects you worked with that laptop?
Well, it was a tower. It was a PC. It was a e-machine.
Oh, okay.
It was an e-machine. Too many.
Too many?
Too many. It's a lot of.
And what was your mindset at that time? Like, what was the goals? What was like the aspiration?
Venting to the music. At that time, I was just showing my family how good I could be, and mind you, at the age of 19, my pops already went to federal prison. Again, for the second time in my life, and I was just telling those stories. Some of that music never even came out because I was like, damn, that's too. I'm stripping everything down.
So it was therapeutic for you.
It was therapeutic, yeah.
Wow. Were you maybe making these songs so hopefully he could hear them?
Yeah. Which ended up happening. Yeah.
That's deep. So what? He told you, hey, man, I heard your music. Or you sent it?
Well, I sent it directly. Yeah.
And what'd he say?
And that it got him emotional. He felt like he slipped and he made a lot of mistakes. And You know,
son, don't do what I did.
yeah, one of those.
Damn.
But it was cool. Like, you know, like you want music to touch people in that way.
Yeah, man.
Good, bad, ugly, and different. You wanted to have that effect.
Correct. But like you really you started from the fear factor. You developed a self-concept of, okay, you know what? I'm going to make this music from this mystic, divine intervention, whatever you want to call it. It got presented to you. You took full advantage of it. And then you were chasing that feeling. Once you got it back, you didn't let it go. That's what it seems to me.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So let's go to now. Because as of late, I've been hearing you a lot lately.
Yeah.
You're on everything.
Yeah.
So what was the conversation with self to get to that self-concept?
If it's not now, then when?
Oh, message. Damn, say that again, man.
If
Say it
it's
again.
not
Say it again.
now, then when? There's no such thing as a perfect time. Like, what are you waiting for? It's like yourself. You're talking to yourself. What are you waiting for? You know?
Correct.
You look around at stuff that you do have, and you're like, a lot of people don't have this. I got to take advantage of what I got. So.
You do, man. And I know you have that personality trait because just getting here, you were like, yo, I'm going to get there 30 minutes early. I'm like, damn, I've never heard that from nobody that's come here. Everybody's like, all right, I'll be there. Nobody says, yo, can I be there 30 minutes early? Yeah. And I was like, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, because time is everything.
Time is everything, but it's not even something that you can control. All you could do is adjust. You know? But when I heard that, I was like, wow. So, I already know you're going places. Because if I'm wow, anybody will be like, wow. So it's like working with you is pleasurable. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that you got to wait. So now I understand more or less why you're being asked to be in all these places and you're bringing in that energy.
My favorite part about the whole underground Miami scene right now, music-wise, is that I don't know none of these people personally.
Okay.
And that's my favorite part.
So you're just being...
We just do music
requested.
Together. Yeah. Wow. And it's like we have maybe brief conversations.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you, I have not had any conversations with most of these features artists that I'm on, like an hour. I've talking to you more in the last 20 minutes than I've spoken to them. Texts and that don't count to me when it comes to like, I don't know you. Word. We just sound dope together.
Yeah.
So that's the greatest thing about music.
Correct. But what I find amazing about that is that you come through on the track as if you were like, oh, how are we going to do this? And like planned it out. So take us there. So say, for instance, I've heard you on Tev stuff with Mowgli and I've heard you with Shadi. Like, take us there. How did that come about?
I'm like the last person, not that the last person they think of, but I'm like the added spice at the end once the song's already kind of sculpted out. I get these songs where the verses is already wrapped up, and I'm like, okay, I heard this line, I heard that line. What can I add to this? And that's how that comes about. It's not the other way around where I do a hook first and then send it and then they build off me. No, I'm taking...
So you build it on the spot?
Yeah.
Wow. And that's where the talent is formed. The energy comes out. I guess you were doing that because of the family, remember? They were telling you, yo, sing. You were like, oh, okay, I got to sing now.
Yeah, and if it's something that you can do, why not do more of it, you know? Because I'm like, I could rap, you know? But I'm like, there's some things melodically that stick in your head from even, I'm sure, music you listen to. You might not know the lyrics, but you can say the melody. Remember that song that went like this? So I just think melody is very important when it comes to music, you know?
So the lyric all depends with the melody that you come about. So pretty much what I'm trying to say is like, I saw an interview one time with Bob Marley and they asked him the same thing. And he goes, when I create songs, I hum the melody with my guitar. Yeah. And then I match words with the sound of the hum that I created.
Basically.
Wow.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So you do that same concept?
Same thing.
How'd you come up with that?
Well, remember, I got the advantage of recording myself all the time. So I get to like I'm almost like what I listen to Missy Elliott and she says, or they say that she doesn't record with anybody else in the studio. She just records on her own spot.
And then she brings it to people.
And then she brings it to people. Why? Because you don't got nobody saying, yo, what you doing? Or what's that? Like, why you even, if they can't hear what you got in your head, they're not going to understand.
So it's a pure expression of yourself.
Of course.
Without no interruptions.
Nothing.
Damn, that's dope.
Yeah.
So you started working with Tev, you started working with Mowgli, you started working with Shadi. What are other people that you've been working with that we should be looking out for?
Well, I gotta give a shout out to UB who opened that whole door of working with everybody in the scene.
Okay.
Like he was like you gonna have to start putting more stuff out. You know.
Okay.
He told me that. Nephew told me that from Hialeah. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna just start doing more collabs with people and showing my whole bag. Like, I'm not just gonna rap on stuff. I'm gonna sing on stuff, whatever type of genre. Like he said, rock.
Yeah.
I would have never. I don't even listen to rock music.
How did you come up with that, or how did you get invited to that?
So this is a cool story because the person who gave me like basically how to record myself in the studio, like all the things to get, Element introduced me to Joe Aura, which is the rock artist I work with now.
Okay.
Last year we had like personal things in our way at the same time. He's like, "Yo, you need to come like to the crib and like help me write some music."
Okay.
And I was like, "I know this motherfucker only does rock music." I was like, "That ain't my palette. That ain't my stuff." He's like, "No, but just do you and this shit opened up a whole different portal of like, oh wait, I can actually do this." Because I didn't even know how to start it. He's like, yo, just do what you would do on the track, and then I'll try to sing what you do and see what comes out.
Yeah. Be an artist, man.
Yeah.
You know, artist fellowship. That's what I preach all the time.
And he's one of my favorite artists I've ever worked with because he's on it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
He doesn't play around or
He
nothing.
don't mess
Straight
around.
up.
Yeah, he's straight with it. And he produces all that stuff, and I seen him build a whole track in front of me that I just did like maybe one guitar lead, and I sent him a track, and he built the whole shit from the ground up in front of me with the guitar, and it's like that's
So that's
a
a
whole
new
different
avenue.
level.
You think you're gonna dip into that again?
Well, yeah, but I got a lot of things that's gonna surprise people when it comes to music. Yeah,
Nice. So how long ago did you record that?
the recent stuff that just came out, probably early in the year, like 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah, because this whole year you've been dropping like one every month. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
I just realized that I jolly dropped like I'm on like 12 features,
Yeah.
and I didn't think, and then I'm like, I need more of solo output because I got a lot of stuff, you know, but definitely gonna see a lot more of that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy it. I'm like,
Yeah,
yo, that's
thanks.
and then the fact that you know you started from Hialeah, you started young, and now you're developing your craft, and now you're pretty much in the mix, in the
Yeah.
underground mix.
Yeah.
And I've even heard in interviews people comparing you to like, what's this guy that
Nate Dogg.
Nate Dogg. I was like, damn, for real, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
You're like jumping on everybody's track and
Yeah.
enhancing the sound. How does that make you feel, man?
That's the biggest compliment.
yeah.
That's all you want. Yeah, you just want to make the track better. Like sometimes people will send me a track. I'm like, I shouldn't be on this. I mean, it's good the way it is. You know,
That's being humble, man.
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, this don't need me. I think you should leave it empty and not have me
Wow.
do too much.
Wow. No, man. You need to be on it. You need to be on it, man, because it enhances it, like I
Yeah.
said. You know, there's certain tracks that are dope, and then all of a sudden you hear a different tone, and
Yeah.
it's good, and it flows, and then it brings a different aspect or feel to the song,
Yeah.
which is amazing. Because it's like a roller coaster, you know?
Yeah.
You get different levels and you speeds, and then all of a sudden, bah. And at the end of the track, you're like, damn, play that back.
Definitely.
know?
I'm always bring it back to hip hop always too though. No, that's the core. Like that's the foundation. All this other stuff is like the tree from the hip hop tree for me. So
So that's the concept.
yeah.
You're like a chameleon. You'll adjust, but there's always going to be that one thing that you're
Yeah.
going to concentrate on, which is lyrics
For sure.
and spitting.
Killing it.
Nice. So what's coming up next, man? Let everybody know.
I got a lot of features that I can't even talk about right now. I'm trying to dive into the Spanish world. I can't write fluently in Spanish, so I'm looking for some type of help along that way.
Some Mark Anthony stuff or what?
Hey, ain't no limits. So you said that. I didn't think about that, but
Yeah, man.
there's
'Cause
no
you know,
limits.
he be doing them high pitch, like he got skills.
yeah. But there's no limits. I just want to like dip and dab in every genre if I could.
So you're open to all genres to see what happens,
Yeah.
what occurs.
Yeah.
That's not a rare thing, but not that many people will admit that, you know, unless it's something like a really good track and they're like
Yeah.
jump on it. They're like, oh, okay, I'll try it. What made you want to be like, okay, I'm open to anything?
So I was talking to H, who'll be setting up a lot of these shows at the Lincoln Beers Brewery.
Yes.
Yeah. And I remember this was like almost like kind of influenced the name change in a way because I was Prototype for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still Prototype, but there's a reason why I broke it down in the way I did when it comes to pro artists. Because when I asked H.O., when do you have a show that I could go perform at? He's like, oh, you the camera dude, right? Like, you film. I was so taken back. I was like, damn, people are just seeing me that because, I always got the camera. I'm doing multiple stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, no. I'm trying to get on the stage. Like, I'm an artist.
Yeah.
I'm the artist,
Oh.
So I was like, let me make it very simple for people. Like, this is all encompassing the art.
Is that a prototype for the artist?
Yeah.
Developed another stage of the self-concept.
Yeah.
So you transformed into that.
Definitely.
And now it's expression. And it's coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Because I got into the film stuff because one of my friends, childhood friends, had got her leg amputated. And I had a camera at the time, and I wanted to shoot her story coming back. Okay. Still got footage of that. Waiting on y'all to see when y'all want to put it together. And then I just developed this passion for, like, storytelling in film.
Okay.
And that ties into all the music stuff anyway. So
yeah,
it's a good little balance when you can have the director's eye and, be able to give your vision completely from the music to the visuals to the pictures.
So everything that you've been creating, all the art, all the videos, that's you?
Yeah, I'm doing 100% of the editing.
Wow.
Yeah. As far as filming, obviously, I get some help. Shout out to Slothy. It's my boy. Yeah.
Wow. And now that we're in the future, do you use AI for anything?
Not yet.
How do you feel about the AI?
We better get with it or get lost.
Everybody's saying that, man.
You have to use it to that, like, some advantages. I don't think you should overdo it, but you should like fool with it.
But why shouldn't you overdo it if it works? This is my fear.
Because if you hear some of the stuff that this AI music is doing, it's incredible.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I had this conversation with Tev. I'm like, yo, so who's going to get credit for this?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, the developers, the directors. I'm like, yeah, but that's not really a skill set. Like, you're just like, putting keywords and
like cheating the game a little bit.
It's like back in the days you get in trouble for cheating. Now you are going to get awards and you're going to become famous. Like, what's his name? Timberland. He just has an artist.
Yeah, that's OD.
What the hell is
that? We love Timbo the King, but that's...
Why did he choose an Asian chick? That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, out of all the things you could have chosen.
K-pop world.
Asian. I wonder if he asked, like, what is an artist that's going to blow and
look the part. And
look the part, and he gave her an image of, yeah, that's it right there. Let's use that. That's...
I'm not the biggest fan of it because when you see people perform on stage, like, that's still the best thing ever.
Nah, man, I'm getting myself ready for people to be like, yo, we're gonna go watch R2D2, man. You want to go watch R2D2 and see a little robot come up?
You seen the little things outside?
Thank you guys for coming.
The little robots outside in the street. That's what it looked like.
And I guarantee you, they're gonna be an award show, and there's little robots gonna come out. AI, he's gonna say, I just want to thank my creator. You know,
the iRobot days is coming.
It sounds funny right now, but this is the future, man.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to adjust because is it really art?
Ooh.
It's like tracing. Do you remember when you were a kid that people trace things? Like, look what I drew. And I'm like, man, you didn't draw that. Yeah, I did. It's like, nah, you didn't.
That's that's exactly that.
So to me, it's kind of like...
that's the first time you said that because that's the it right there.
Yeah.
AI is tracing art.
Is it? Is it not? Is it creation? I have no idea. All I know is that we're into, like, a place in our existence that there's a fork in the road.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's going to be able to go the right way. And if you go the wrong way, you're going to be left behind. And I don't think it's going to work out for a lot of people, man. Like, a lot of people are going to be hurt, you know? And art's going to take a big hit.
Yeah, it's already happening.
Yeah, man, like, it's crazy. Like, or if you go to an award show, are you going to see a bunch of developers instead of seeing a whole bunch of artists?
That's going to be a funny side over there on that side of developers.
It's going to be weird, dude. And are they going to have beef?
They stretched out.
Are they going to be like East Coast, West Coast?
Stretched out neck tees because they're hanging out.
East Coast, West Coast developer beef, you know what I'm saying? Some weird stuff, man.
I try not to think about it. I mean, I think for visuals it's cool. like adding something like maybe you couldn't get that shot here, but like at top of a mountain, if you don't have access to a mountain and you want to have a car on top of it and then shoot everything inside, I can see how you could use it for certain things like that. Musically, it's
It could be cool, man. But I believe reality is starting to wither away.
yeah,
And reality won't be what we see as it today. Reality is going to turn into whatever we create. And then us as humans are going to adjust. And when we adjust, we're going to have difficulty understanding what's the difference.
mm-hmm.
Especially little kids nowadays, man.
Some of the old folks is probably sending you a text. Look what just happened. This cruise line smacked into a
Yo,
building.
how many times did you see something and be like, yo, I saw it. I swear it did happen. You're like, nah, that's not real.
No, everything we challenging first before.
Yeah, but now you don't challenge it because it looks so real.
Yeah.
I like when what is it, Biden? When Biden was speaking in the White House, he was perfect. Like he would articulate everything perfect, and he would be all like strong.
Yeah.
And then you would see him live, and the guy can't walk. I'm like, man, this is weird. And then AI started developing, and then I started realizing, well, that's not really him. You know what I'm saying? So it's now. If you guys want to really understand what's going on, go watch the movie V for Vendetta, and you'll understand what I'm saying. You've seen that movie?
No.
V for Vendetta, it was in '99, and they were talking about things that are occurring now, like pandemics and like the government pretty much going crazy and people making fun of the government, and it was all like these shows, and people were just like dumbfounded.
Yeah.
That's what's going on now. But they created this back in the days. I even got the tattoo of it, of Guy Fawkes, the first government terrorist.
We're in like the Ready Player One era.
Exactly. But Ready Player One is more of like gaming in a sense,
Yeah.
like VR and things of that nature. But I don't feel that any of that is going to affect our mind if we have knowledge of self.
Yeah.
You understand? Like we could separate the fake from the real and the real from the fake.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what happens, bro.
It's gonna be a weird time coming up. We're in a weird space.
Super weird space. But yeah, man, usually at this point of the interview, I always ask a few questions.
Yeah.
You've seen the podcast before, so you know they're coming. And I got some new ones. But I always start off with the Bronx Hill one.
Curveball.
Not really curveball, Mo. It's more about like just diving into like your mindset and seeing how you answer these questions. There is no right or wrong answer. It's just a conversation that would take us into a different realm. You know what I'm saying? You saw the movie Bronx Hill, right?
Yeah.
So you know when he asked Sonny, do you rather be loved or feared?
Of course.
So would you rather be loved or feared?
I'd rather be feared
Why is that?
because remember, fear could be a bunch of stuff like people fear of losing you, not knowing what you're gonna respond when people call you, and they're fearful,
Okay.
so they don't know how you're gonna react. That's a good thing. If they know
Okay.
what to expect, they're gonna take advantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you like to create from scratch, or do you like to compare, or like use something as inspiration?
Create something from scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that?
It's like it's like magic. It's a spiritual thing. Like
So you like to
Like,
dive into that realm, the
yeah,
spiritual realm.
nothing even gave you an alley oop. You know what I'm saying? Like you just
You crossed over,
crossed over and did some shit in the air.
bang.
Got a 10.
All right. Knowing or understanding?
Knowing.
Why is that?
Because most times when you think you know, you don't understand it.
Ooh, say that again.
When you think you know, you don't understand it.
Correct, man. Yeah, man. Nobody said that yet, but yeah, you have a point in that. 100%. A lot of people are like, I know, bro.
No,
I'm like, nah, you don't know.
no.
Because at the end of the day, the news, educated people, professors are
Yeah.
really following suit of what they're told or instructed to teach
The
and
ant
tell.
farm. Yeah, the ant farm.
So at the end of the day, you're like, yo, you don't really know. You know what I'm saying? Like my whole life, they've been telling us we landed on the moon. And then the other day, I was watching this interview with an astronaut, and he's like, they're gonna supposedly land or go into the atmosphere of the moon, and they're like, "This is very exciting because it's the first time that we were really going to get." And everybody was like, "Oh wow!" And then I was like, "What?" So I rewinded, and I'm like, "What did this guy say?" Oh, it's the first time we're gonna enter the moon's orbit. I'm like, "Wow, this guy just snitched on everybody."
Yeah.
So that part had me like, "Wow!" And everybody's like, "Dude, we landed on the moon, man. It's all right." No,
Candace Owens got a whole piece on all of that.
Candace Owens, I think, is a plant, man. They threw her in there to like stir shit up. That's another thing that gets me mad. It's like, bro, these people are like, "Oh, I'm anti," but it's like, are you anti? Or you're just following suit or what they're telling you to do?
I'm saying you don't
or
know.
you just want, exactly. That's when you gotta listen to your intuition, man. All right, wealth or riches?
Wealth.
Why is that?
Because you could feel wealthy with less.
Ooh, say that again.
You could feel wealthy with less.
Message. All right, perception or reality?
It goes back to the last one you just said too. It's perception.
Perception?
Yeah. Because is it really that bad or is it really that good? Because
are you making it?
There's some people that on the outside when you look at it like they got it good, but they don't feel that way.
Dude, when I was born in Medellin, Colombia, right? And I came to this country, and I remember seeing poor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but I'm talking about like 4 or 5-year-old kid, no shoes, barely any clothes on, sniffing on a paper bag with glue in it. Like a whole bunch of kids. I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
And then I came out here, and kids are like, "Yeah, I'm from the hood," and they got Jordans on and a Nike shirt. I'm like, man, you guys don't know what's out there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you have a point there. Joy or happiness?
Joy.
Why is that?
Because happiness and being happy is a mood. That shit come and go. So, joy. I mean, because
In the moment.
Yeah, basically.
All right. And what about the term power of choice? Do you agree with it? That there's power in choice?
Yeah, there's power in choice. I'm over here overthinking because I'm like,
You could never overthink.
that could get tricky. Yeah, you can never overthink.
Never
I like that.
overthink.
Message.
Never overthink.
Yeah.
That's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
All I do is think. Sometimes I can't even sleep because I'm thinking so much. I laugh because sometimes I be watching things on TV until late at night and I be cross-referencing. And my girl's like asking me, like, "What are you doing? It's 3 a.m." I was like, "Yo, I'm just making sure this is right." You know, like,
Yeah.
so my mind just races, trying to understand. The term good problems. You think there's such a thing?
Yeah, I think there's good problems.
What's a good problem?
What's a good problem? I think all problems is good because you don't have to find a solution.
And you learn.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, emotional intelligence, which ties in with the good problem thing. You think there's such a thing as emotional intelligence? Intuition?
No, I don't think there. Intuition, yes. Emotional intelligence, hell no.
Well, the intuition will give you a feeling. And that emotion, when you know how to relate to it, is the intuition.
Okay, so that's a tricky question.
Correct.
Or you can overreact too. You know what I'm saying?
That's why it's emotion, thought, action.
Okay.
It's not emotion, action, and then you're like, damn, why'd I do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ever since I learned that, I'm like, bro, you ain't going to get to me. No, you ain't, no. And I'll be like, officer, I know what you're doing right now, and I'm okay with it, but don't, you know? All right, pain versus suffering.
Like what's better?
They're both hard, pain versus suffering. Like, what do you prefer? Pain?
Pain.
Pain don't hurt.
Yeah, you get over pain.
Suffering is a choice, though.
Yeah.
So, okay. Logic or intuition?
Intuition.
Nice. Why is that?
Back to that voice.
Nice.
Listen to that voice.
Message. Intelligence versus experience.
Experience.
Why is that?
Well, I don't even got to answer for that one because you think you know. Just because you experienced it, maybe that was a bad experience. Somebody could have the same experience and it
But a
turned
good
out
one.
better. Yeah.
Because that's what I tell people. All I really know is that we don't know. So if you tell me you know,
That should be a shirt.
it's coming soon. Stay tuned. Okay. Intelligence versus experience.
That's what we just did, right?
Oh, yeah, my bad. Discipline or self-respect? Which one do you use more?
Self-respect.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I do a lot of stuff that I care to do. Discipline is doing stuff you don't really want to do
Correct.
and still doing it.
Or sometimes you do things that are not in the self-respect to get to where you want to get, but you're
Yeah.
disciplined to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you prefer? Listening to people speak about their dreams or hearing people tell you real life stories?
Dreams. I got enough time being on, on this ground right here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
the same way.
Let's get up out of here.
Yeah, when people are telling me like, oh, dude, and then, I'm like, all right, bro. But then when people are like, listen, man, I'm thinking about doing this and we could do it. I'm like, hell yeah,
Yeah.
because it brings like a broader attention.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's a getaway.
All right. Do you think you're in a race against time?
That comes and goes.
Mm.
Sometimes I feel like, yeah, like I'm probably like in the mid to midlife crisis. But am I really? Because I seen somebody pass the other day. It was an NFL player, and they said he passed so young. But then when you're doing something good, it's like it took him that long to get there.
And he
It's
got it, and he shined, and then it's over.
Yeah, so those is tricky. There's no, like you always say on your pod, there's no right answer, right?
No, I mean, it's all about your reality in the sense of like, this is what built me. This is what Pro the artist is.
Yeah.
These are the small little pieces that collectively make up you.
Yeah.
All right, and then the last question. This is a new one. You're the first one I'm gonna ask this. What was the favorite day of your life?
The favorite day of my life. That's heavy. It's a good one.
You want me to help you out?
You can help me.
Tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Message. All right, Pro. We're done with the questions, man. We're about to wrap it up. Let people know exactly where to find you, what's coming up next, and anything else you want to share with the world, man.
More music on the way, of course. A lot of things that you wouldn't expect me to do on the way. Make sure y'all follow me at Pro the Artist. No underscore, just straight Pro the Artist on everything. And yeah, I appreciate you getting me on here. I was excited to get up on here.
When I met you, it was all pure energy.
Yeah.
And it was great energy, and you were respectful, and you were eye contact.
Yeah.
And I even tried to introduce you to my wife, and you're like, all right, I'll get to that. But I want you to tell you that the podcast is awesome. I was like, yo, man, okay, thank you. She was awesome. I looked at my wife, I was like, yo, that was a cool guy. You know what I mean?
Thanks.
And then, yo, thank you for bringing this 1120 tequila. This thing actually is nice, man. I like it.
Shout out to 1120. It's my friends, Alec and Anna. They got good product.
Yes, it is, man. I'm going to need some of this. And if you guys want to maybe sponsor some tequila, this is what we drink here from now on. Let me know. Keep in touch. All right, Pro. Thank you. I appreciate you coming, man. Many blessings, and I want to hear that music, and it's fire.
Likewise.
All right? Thank you guys for tuning in. Harness the energy, exercise wisdom, and see you on the next episode. Peace.